big faces worldwide. We'll be talking nothing but this boxing, man. Hey, listen, first off, let me welcome everybody to the channel. And like I always say, fam, if you're new here, I want you to be here. So think about hitting that subscribe button as we stay knee deep into this boxing conversation, man. Now, Errol Spence Jr. I don't know, man, if many of you are on Twitter, follow his social media. Errol Spence has been on a tirade lately, man. He put out a couple tweets that, warrants a discussion. Errol Spence Jr. says that, nobody gave him nothing, that he fought for his position when all of the other champions didn't want to fight him. So he don't give a fuck about what any boxer has to say. He said that he had to go across the pond in hostile territory to fight Kell Brook in order to get his title shot, because he had to work his way into a mandatory spot. He said he do not care about fighting Keith Thurman, because when he was asking for a title shot, Keith Thurman did not give him a title shot, and Keith Thurman ducked him. Now, those were all very interesting things to say by the unified welterweight champion. Keith Thurman has came out and stated that no contract has ever been presented to him with Errol Spence's name on it, that he has never received any type of notion to fight Errol Spence. He said he haven't even have a conversation with Uncle Al about Errol Spence, but yet the public and everybody seems to, be under the illusion that Keith Thurman ducked Errol Spence. Now, I will say this: Keith Thurman's in the past, Thurman's energy, Thurman's attitude definitely changed when Errol Spence came around. That's without a doubt. Keith cannot deny that. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no denying that, baby. We all seen it. You know what I'm saying? But I never heard Keith Thurman out of his own mouth say that he wants to fight Errol Spence until now. Keith Thurman is saying that, if this is what it takes, to bring boxing where it needs to be, to bring his career where it needs to be, then he will step into the ring with Errol Spence without a tune-up. But he said he would rather have a tune-up. He would rather be 100% before he does that. You understand what I'm saying? Keith Thurman, in my opinion, this is strictly my opinion. Me from the outside watching. Keith Thurman was a little weary of fighting Spence a couple years ago. You know what I mean? Keith Thurman was in a position of power by being a unified champion. You can't call Keith Thurman a cur, because he fought two killers back-to-back, two of the top welterweights, which is Sean Porter and Danny Garcia. He fought them back-to-back. So we know Keith Thurman ain't no sucker. He ain't scared. You know what I'm saying? But the position that he was in, he knew that he didn't have to do anything he didn't want to do. And, at the time, he did not want to pursue a fight with Errol Spence. You know what I'm saying? He has came out his mouth and said that the fights that he asked for Sean Porter, he got him. He asked for Danny Garcia, he got him. If he really wanted to fight Errol Spence, he could have asked for Errol Spence, and he would have got him. But he didn't ask for him. Also, he wasn't presented Errol Spence either. You know what I mean? He wasn't presented Errol Spence. I myself, I look at the situation, and at the time, Errol Spence had not done anything in the welterweight division, man. You know what I'm saying? He was in the teens. Like he said, he'd been calling Keith out since he was 15-0. And at the time, it was more risk than reward. Why would I fight a guy who has not done anything and can possibly be at a higher risk, but it does nothing for my career. You know what I'm saying? The bag wasn't there. He wasn't bringing a lot of money with him. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't bringing a lot of prestige. A lot of people didn't know who Spence was at the time. So how can you knock Keith Thurman for not fighting him? You know what I'm saying? Then I hear a lot of people saying Keith got to do something. Keith got to come back and do something first. Keith Thurman is a former unified welterweight champion, man. Just had a life or death fight with the legend, the walking legend, Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao. You know, a lot of people, you know, say that, you know, Keith shouldn't have been in that tough fight with a 40-year-old man. But Manny Pacquiao is still one of the best fighters of this era, man. You know, and I believe, you know what I'm saying, that had they had VADA testing, you know, I'm not accusing nobody of nothing. Nobody has been caught doing nothing. But my opinion of the matter is, had they had VADA testing, the fight may have been a little different. I'm gonna leave that right there. You know what I'm saying? Put that in your pipe and smoke that. You understand? But the rematch, I don't think Manny's gonna give Keith the rematch, man. I heard Manny say out his own mouth that Thurman hits hard. He said he hits harder than anybody that ever punched him, you know? And I'm surprised that Manny Pacquiao was able to absorb some of those punches, some of those right hands that Keith was catching him with. Hashtag VADA testing. I'm not accusing nobody of nothing, though. No, man. I'm not accusing nobody of nothing. You know, I love Manny Pacquiao. He's a hell of a fighter. But, you know, Keith Thurman was one of my favorite guys at a point in time, man. And he lost me by acting funny-ish. Now he's starting to talk that talk that made a lot of boxing fans, you know, love him in the first place. And, you know, let's see if he can walk how he talk. And I would love to see Errol Spence, Keith Thurman, Terrence Crawford, Keith Thurman, any of those top welterweights with Keith Thurman. You understand what I'm saying? And you got to say that Keith Thurman is, you know, a top 3, top 4 welterweight. You got to say it. You know what I'm saying? Because you look at Sean Porter, you look at Danny Garcia, Keith beat both of them. You know, Keith beat both of them. And you look at Errol Spence, you look at Terrence Crawford, you look at Manny Pacquiao. Those are the top 3, whichever order you want to put them. And then you got to put Keith Thurman in. You know, you can't put Danny or Spence because Keith beat those dudes. You know what I'm saying? And now I believe Keith got something to prove because he lost his titles to Manny Pacquiao. He hear what everybody's saying about him not taking the sport seriously, about him not being a serious fighter, and, you know, he wants some get back. Now he got something to prove all over again, you know. He always had the saying, I got an O, I ain't afraid to let it go. You understand me? And, you know, he let it go in that ring with Pacquiao, and he want to get it back. You know, I want to see what happens when boxing returns. Keith Thurman has always said that his goal was to fight Errol Spence for all the marbles. He believed that it would happen in 2020 or 2021. You know, he's always said that. You know what I'm saying? But with this COVID virus, I think, you know, things might not pan out the way Keith wanted to. The only way Keith is going to get that shot, it seems like, is if Keith put himself in position to, because Earl ain't going to give him a shot, you know. So hopefully, for Keith's sake, he can get that rematch with Manny, or he can get a fight with Bud, and, you know, then he'll have something to bring to the table. Otherwise, I don't see the truth giving him a shot. You know what I'm saying? But that's all I got, man. I appreciate y'all tuning in. If you're on social media, check your boy out on Instagram or Twitter at Big Faces Worldwide, all one word. But in the meantime and in between time, stay blessed and keep on supporting this sport that we love called boxing. Peace. I holla back.